Okay, guys and gals, today's a video. Yay, I guess. But anyways, today's video is all about SSSniperwolf and Jacksfilms and the whole bull along with that. So, little backstory, not like anybody really truly cares. Because I'm sure you already know who both these people are. But for those of you that don't know, allow me to tell you. Basically, SSSniperwolf is a content creator on the YouTubes, and she basically takes control over YouTube with her, I don't know, I don't really know how many subscribers she has. She's got a lot, several millions worth. And Jacksfilms, much of the same, content creator on YouTube and whatnot. But you know, I'm just trying to keep it whatever. So basically, something happened with you know, Sniperwolf and Jacksfilms. And a little long story short, I side with Jacksfilms. One, because he's an actual real content creator, and not that stupid shit, fucking reaction bullshit that Sniperwolf is. I could actually legitimately do content. But in addition to that, he's like an actual person that is a good person who didn't deserve the treatment that he got. So, you know, basically there was a whole issue with, you know, Jacksfilms making a video, or a couple of videos, basically telling Sniperwolf like it is, which he has a lot of fair points, and that kind of shit is in fact allowed on YouTube, the whole criticizing and whatever. But, you know, Sniperwolf didn't take it too well, and so she decided the best course of action was to dox the guy. You know, basically she went to his house, and, you know, completely unannounced, uninvited, decided it would be a good idea to do a live stream or record or whatever the case may be. And, you know, technically you're still recording if you're doing a live stream, so fuck it, I'm right either way, you're wrong, fuck off. Anyways, so, yeah, basically, what ended up happening is she did a live stream to her millions of followers and fans, and, you know, basically being like, hey, here's where he lives, this is his house, this is where, you know, Jacksfilms does all his shit, and, which is completely wrong. It's against any and all terms of service, it's against the law. So, I mean, I don't know what she thought, but keep in mind, like, Sniperwolf was already arrested before for disorderly conduct and, you know, armed robbery. So it's pretty obvious that she's no good. She's a horrible person, horrible content creator, not even a legitimate one either. You know, her reactions are fake, she's horrible, she's a bad person, you know, whatever. And for the longest time, as in almost a week, exactly a week, YouTube decided it'd be a good idea to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna punish both content creators, even though Jacksfilms had nothing to do with this. Like, he was here minding his own business, doing whatever it is he's doing, and then, you know, dumbass bitch over here decided it would be a good idea to, you know, dox the poor guy and basically threaten him and his family for no reason other than, you know, malicious intent, and is just a complete cunt. Right? I'm gonna fucking say it. She's a cunt. Simple as. No sane person, no real individual would do these things, alright? No one in their right mind would just go up to someone's house uninvited and dox them. Like, fuck no. No one would do that. And then, you know, the whole thing with that also came to light that Sniper also is a fucking predator. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say it, yeah. She's a goddamn creep at the very least. Basically, what she ended up doing, she asked people underage to twerk. In addition, you know, in response, she'll show them her boobs, right? And then, you know, this is already fucked up, but here's something else. So, she got a 16-year-old girl to flash herself, you know, show her tits. Right, yeah. Wow. No. It's a big old box of fuck you right there. And here's the thing. YouTube does nothing about it. YouTube doesn't fucking care. And it's not the first time that YouTube has basically supported pedophilia and more or less condoned it because, I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. Otherwise, they wouldn't have allowed this in the first place. You know? So, here we are, with YouTube not doing anything about the whole situation. And when they did something about it, they're like, yeah, whatever. Sniper Wolf gets a slap on the wrist. She didn't really do anything wrong. You know, which is basically what they're saying. Yeah, they said, oh, well, upon I don't know word for word, but it's like, well, upon further investigation, you know, she broke the terms of service, whatever. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to suspend her monetization temporarily. Wow. Wow. Just fucking goddamn wow, you sons of fucks. Like, do you really even think for a second that that is a good idea? What you mean to tell me is that you're actively allowing this to happen. And you're allowing people to, you know, go off scot-free. Like, you know damn well she'll do it again. That's what she does. You know, she's already broken the law several times already. You know, what's stopping her from doing it again? And the thing is, most of us actually knew going in that nothing was going to get done about it. Because YouTube doesn't actually give a fuck about their audience. They don't care about their content creators. They don't care about anybody but themselves. Which is a really sad thing. I mean, you'd think that YouTube would be like, yeah, you know, we should take more precautions. We should do something about this. We should make it to where, you know, our audience is safe and everyone is safe and everyone can live a good life on YouTube without worrying about doxing or pedophilia or whatever. But it's like, no, of course you can't have that. Bunch of dumbasses. So, where are we at right now with this whole issue? Well, that's pretty much where we are right now. And that's probably all that will ever happen. Now, I don't really think YouTube even knows how to do the right thing. YouTube obviously has no fucking clue what the hell they're doing. And even if they did, it's never the right decision. I mean, I don't even think YouTube knows what a right decision is. Alright? I think YouTube... I don't know, there's something going on here. Something fucked up about everything that goes on the platform. And I get it. You know, I understand more or less why they decided it'd be a good idea to, you know, keep her around. First off, she is one of the people that is responsible for making YouTube lots of money. You know, and the more money that she makes for YouTube, the more likely it is that, you know, she'll get away with it. I mean, she can get away with murder at this point, like, quite literally. And I wouldn't put it past her to murder someone. Not after all the bullshit she did. And continues to do. Because, like I said, this is not the end. This is, I think, in my personal opinion, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of people, you know, getting away with this kind of shit. You know, YouTube clearly doesn't care. YouTube doesn't even, you know, YouTube doesn't even fathom the whole idea of caring. And on top of that being pretty fucking obvious, I don't understand how and why so many people continue to support people like this. And it's also not just YouTube that some people are totally all for. Yeah, YouTube did the right thing. You know, YouTube totally did the best thing that they could think of. I support YouTube. I support SSSniperwolf. Why? Why do you support a fucking doxing pedophile who's a bitch and who doesn't even give a fuck about you? Are your simping powers that fucking high right now? Right? Your simping power levels are over 9,000 at this point. And no, she doesn't care about you. She doesn't love you. It doesn't matter how many times you try to fucking, you know, do anything. It doesn't matter in the slightest. She doesn't care. So to anybody who thinks for even a split millisecond that she cares about you, let me ask you this. Why do you think, you know, why do you think that? Why do you think that you're so fucking special that she'll take time out of her life to talk to a worthless lowlife like you? Alright? You know, and let's not forget about the fact that, this is kind of unrelated, but at the same time it's totally relevant, because you should know just how bad of a person she is by this action alone. So there was a fan of hers that had some illness, I think it was cancer, and she wanted to meet SSSniperwolf more than anything, right? So they more or less tried to set up a meeting, you know, just a few minutes. That's all it would take to make that kid happy, right? Someone who was dying from an illness, and, you know, their biggest idol is you. I'd be flattered. I'd be like, fuck yeah. I don't care how busy I am. I'm making that time. I'm making the fucking time to, you know, talk to my fans. Especially knowing that this might be the last time a fan will, you know, be allowed to watch me, because they might die in the next hour. They might die tomorrow, who knows? So, doing something like this is a good thing. But not to SSSniperwolf. SSSniperwolf was like, yeah, fuck off. And she mostly ghosted them. You know? And it's sad that the kid is dead. But, you know, if that doesn't tell you about SSSniperwolf, I don't know what does. The very idea that a fan that is dying from a fucking illness, that is sick, that doesn't have much time left at that time, looks up to you and wants to talk to you before dying, and you fuck off. You know, you're like, no. Like, you initially agree, but then you ghost them, and, you know, from what I heard all over the place, she thought it was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, there's this kid that idolized me and died, and just wanted to talk to me. Ha ha ha, yay. Like, no. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And her fucking sister ain't any better. Fuck no. You know, her sister is way worse. If you can believe it. And I'll tell you fucking why. She condones these actions. Sniperwolf's sister condones the actions of Sniperwolf herself. And is like, yeah, she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't dox Jacksfilms. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. And even if she did, that piece of shit had it coming. You know, you shouldn't fuck with me or my family. You shouldn't fuck with anybody, because this is what happens when you do. And I'm just like, really? This is how you want to act? And you also support the fact that your sister's a fucking predator. To me, alright, here's what I think should have happened. I think Sniperwolf should be in prison for the rest of her life. Why? I mean, if the whole doxing thing and putting people's lives in jeopardy isn't enough, the fact that she had the idea to, you know, be a horrible bitch. You know, if that wasn't enough, you know, it gets worse and worse. Like, I think people like that should be in prison for the rest of their life after what they end up doing. And people can argue all they want. Oh, that's a little too harsh. Yeah. Some bitch that just docks an innocent person for no fucking reason. On top of that, decided to talk to minors in a way that is sexualizing them. You know, being a fucking creepy-ass pedophile that she is. Yeah, that's totally not far. That's not enough, right? So, she does this and does that. She's a fucking horrible person. And she needs to be off the damn streets. Period. I don't give a fuck what you think or what you say. The truth of the matter is, she deserves pain and suffering. She deserves way more than a deplatforming. She deserves death. Alright? And no, I don't care if that sounds harsh. Alright? We cannot and will not stand for this shit. You know, and I understand that YouTube has already made their decision and blah, 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 blah. You know, YouTube is like, yeah, we support Sniperwolf, even though you really shouldn't. Because that would be the most retarded thing in the world. Just condoning the actions of some bitch like that. Come on. I thought you had brain cells, YouTube. Where are they? You know? Where's your fucking brain at? Is it gone? Did you finally die? Holy shit! I think YouTube died! Because seriously, anybody with a fucking brain cell could tell this is a shit idea. Really? Like, that is some of the dumbest fucking bullshit I've ever fucking heard in my life. And I have heard some bullshit in my day. You know, it really is stupid to even think for a second that YouTube would ever actually give a shit. Because YouTube doesn't care. We knew this going in. We fucking knew it going in that YouTube does not care. And even if they did care, you know, like, what would they gain from it? What would they gain from, you know, giving a fuck? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, you know? But yeah, the whole situation with Sniperwolf versus Jacksfilms is just shit. Absolutely garbage. And normally I'm not one to bring up the past of people because, I mean, the past doesn't exactly matter at all. You know, what you said or did a year or two ago doesn't matter. 5 years, 10 years, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter, right? But if if you learn from your mistakes, or you're trying to better yourself, or you're trying to make things better and just be a better person, that's a good thing. But if you are like Sniperwolf and, you know, doesn't care about the fucking pain that she'll cause people, or the fact that she doesn't give a fuck about anything except, you know, ruining people's lives and reputations, and on top of that, money, you know, and I'm gonna say it. I think YouTube made this decision for multiple reasons. Not just that Sniperwolf is basically a cash cow for YouTube and makes them lots of money, but also she's an attractive woman. Think about it this way. If Jacksfilms or any other guy YouTuber, any other male YouTuber, you know, were to do the exact same things that Sniperwolf was doing, they'd be gone and in prison by now. They'd be long gone. They'd probably be fucking killed on the spot. But, oh, it's SSSniperwolf. She's attractive, you know? And let me tell you something right off the bat, like, you know, pretty privilege or whatever it's called, it's a real thing. It really is. Alright? If you're attractive, you can get away with a hell of a lot more than if you're ugly, or what society deems you as such. You know, like I said, Sniperwolf could in theory get away with murder because of all of this. You know, and I personally think that, you know, I mean, all of this really stemmed from the fact that Sniperwolf was stealing content. She's a content thief. She basically takes videos from YouTube and TikTok and whatever, and she, I'm going to use massive fucking air quotes here, she reacts to them, which isn't a fucking reaction, it's just her going, oh, wow. Like, she's not adding anything worthy. And she doesn't give credit to the artists who made the original videos. Sometimes she even crops out the video so that you don't see who makes it. And does she provide links? No. Because she is a fucking horrible person. Alright? And to anybody that supports and condones Sniperwolf, you're fucking crazy. After everything that went down, after everything I told you about how she doesn't give a fuck about you, she doesn't love you, she's never gonna fucking notice you. Even if you paid her $1 million, she's not going to notice you to the extent that you want her to. Alright? Simple as that. You know, The whole thing is fucking stupid. But anyways, that's it for this video. That's just my thoughts on Sniperwolf versus Jacksfilms and whatever. And yeah, it's bullshit. And I'll see y'all in the next video whenever I do something that's not insanity. Peace out, people, and brohoof.